Hey everyone, welcome back to the fifth episode of the BEUDOU4U podcast. This is Bianca Castillo, your podcast founder and host. I know I've been gone for about 2 months-ish, but I'm back. And for today, I will be interviewing the woman who was able to make a life-changing step for both her and her family with the help of volleyball. With that being said, let us welcome Miss Cherry Ann Rondina, also known as Sisi or the Cherry Bomb. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for your time and for joining me today. But are you ready for some questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first question for you is, how did your love for volleyball start and grow?
Nag-start yung volleyball ko nung when I was in grade 3. Yeah. Doon nag-start lahat, and it was a leisure time with my mother, and wala lang, parang laro-laro lang. And then parang nagka-interest sa sport na yun. So kinabukasan, may pa-training sa elementary days ko nung time na yun. And then nakuha ako. And ayun, hanggang na-addict, and ang daming nangyari sa time na yun, like to the point na muntik na akong mag-stop kasi na-addict talaga ako. Yeah.
Yes, I heard from your other interviews na addict ka daw sa volleyball. So
yeah.
you had to stop. So I don't think I've ever really got an answer to this, but what was the reason behind your jersey number 16? Was it like, what's behind number 16?
Wala na kasing ibang jersey number. So yun na lang, 16. Hanggang nadala ko na siya.
16. Okay. And what helps you cope with difficult times?
I always pray and communicate with my family, and I always think talaga na everything happens for a reason, and I always nagpapaka-busy ako, like workout, tawag ba dun? Basta like puntang mall, ganun. Para lang mawala yung ganong iniisip. So, yun yung ginagawa.
Okay, I will transition to questions in terms of you being a student sa UST and being a volleyball player there. I'm curious with how it was like for you being part of that community. Were they like strict with academics, with sports? How was that community like?
Pinakauna mahirap kasi parang makikiblend ka sa community na parang hindi ka belong, ganun. And ang hirap kasi syempre Bisaya ako, so Tagalog yung salita dun sa UST, and like ang dami like parang pag sinabing taga-probinsya, 'di ba? Iba na yung nasa isip nila. So lagi ko lang iniisip na kailangan kong mag-aral, kailangan kong makatapos, kailangan kong makatulong, and ayun lang. And madaming ayaw sa akin, pero wala akong ginagawa. Hindi ko naman sila mafo-force na gustuhin ako. So, ayun lang, go with the flow lang.
Okay, I see. And as a student athlete, I'm sure na we kind of struggle with time management and all of those things. So how are you able to balance your time for your training, your games, your studies, and all of those things?
Time management, syempre, kailangan naka top priority si study talaga. Pangalawa na si sport, and kailangan balance, and kailangan ang tawag nun, kailangan unahin yung pag-aaral kasi syempre because because sa pag-aaral natin, 'di ba, parang siya yung nagbigay ng scholarship na yan nga, makapagtapos sa college, and syempre bonus na rin din yung makapaglaro sa UP and showing your talent to everyone, and 'di ba? So, ganun lang. Time management kailangan talaga.
And speaking of your UAP games or UAP games, and you being Sisi Rondina, did you have a what do you call this, pre-game slash post-game routine? Do you like pray? Do you listen to a specific playlist on Spotify or something? What did you do to have those like such powerful kills, and like you jump really really high? I like when I don't know how old I was when I was a lot younger, I saw your games and I'm like, I watched a lot of UAP games, but I'm like, this girl, she like jumps like on another level. How?
Wala, kape lang ako, like uminom lang ako ng kape, and yung music ko kasi yung pinapakinggan ko, alam mo yun, yung parang mga masasakit na kanta, pero wala, ganun kasi yung taste ng um, gusto ko. So, wala lang. Tapos lagi ko ano ba tawag, imagery, lagi kong iniisip na maganda receive ko, maganda laro ko, lagi kong iniisip na mananalo kami, and lagi kong iniisip na maganda performance ko. Ganun
Yeah,
ginagawa.
so positive vibes only. Okay. And as you being an ex-team captain of UST, how were you able to like lift yourself up and your teammates after, like, let's say losing a game? Because obviously not all of them are gonna have smiles on their face, they're gonna be happy. How did you do to lift them up at those sort of sad times?
Lagi ko lang iniisip na may nananalo, may natututo, and di naman natin kailangan na parang magluksa for that game, because we learned a lot naman. We gain experience, and dami nating natutunan. And depende na rin kasi yan sa kasama mo eh. So, hindi natin mapipilit kung ganun talaga yung mukha. Ako talaga, di talaga ako, parang di talaga maayos yung mukha ko pag natatalo. Pero wala eh. At the end of the day, matatanggap at matatanggap. Kasi nilaro nyo yun eh. And fair naman yung competition. So, wala kang dapat pagsisihan, kasi pinakita mo naman kung ano yung laro nyo, and pinakita mo naman kung ano yung contribution mo sa team. So, ganun lang.
Okay, that's nice. So it's just like, how do you call this? Just understanding why that happened and knowing that you always win, you sometimes lose, but then you learn.
Yeah.
And fast forward to your life after college, how did you transition from being an indoor volleyball player to a beach volleyball player? How did that happen?
College nung pagkapasok ko ng college, beach volleyball na talaga ako. So, nauna ako sa beach volley bago ako sa indoor. Pero yung high school ko, yung mga dati pa, ano na talaga yun, tawag nito, matatawag nating indoor. Pero kasi sa lupa kasi, hindi naman hard as yung katulad sa indoor talaga. So, ayun, yung transition naman, syempre, medyo kailangan ng adjustment, kasi sa beach volley, 2, tapos sa indoor, 6. And then, pagdating sa beach volley, you need more endurance talaga na makaabot and makayanan mo talaga yun. Lalo na pag mainit, lalo na pag parang nag-fighting for your parang pag-iisip and yung katawan, parang hindi na nagko-cooperate. So, ganun yung challenge doon pagdating sa beach volley and indoor. Si indoor kasi ang daming reserve eh. Si beach volley kasi wala. So, ganun, no?
With all your individual awards from volleyball, which one would you say was like the most memorable and the most fulfilling when they like gave it to you? Because obviously you work hard for like all of those achievements you achieved. So which one would you say was like, okay, I deserve it. Thank God I got this one.
Lahat naman. Ako masasabi ko lahat. Kasi kung siguro wala yung isa doon, siguro hindi ako ganito ngayon. And yun nga. Dami ko natutunan sa lahat ng mga past games ko sa college ko pa lang hanggang nag-pro. So, dami kong natutunan. And lagi kong iniisip na worth it lahat yun. Kaya ganito kami ngayon, ganito ako ngayon. Yan lang.
And what advice would you like to give to those athletes who are still young and has dreams of playing pro one day?
Ang masasabi ko lang is kailangan lang nilang malaman kung ano talaga yung gusto nila sa buhay. And kailangan din nilang isipin na hindi nadadaan sa mabilisang proseso pagdating sa sport. And kailangan din nilang isipin na need talaga sa larangan ng sport ang tiyaga, pasensya, hard work, disiplina, dedikasyon, motivation, lahat. Andun lahat. Depende na lang yan sa kung paano mo siya, kumbaga ba, timplahin. Pero for me, masasabi ko, inisip ko lang kung ano yung kakalabasan ng pagtatrabaho ko for this. And iniisip ko din yung family ko and sarili ko. Kasi ang pinaka point naman of doing this is to make my parents proud, my family proud, and to those people who helped me to become who I am now. And ayun.
That's very nice. Also, in terms of you being like a Filipino like superstar, like volleyball star there in the Philippines, I'm sure like you have your own like what do you call this, like haters, bashers. How do you deal with those people? Because I'm sure not like you may have a lot of fans, but at the same time not a lot of people like you. Some despise you for who you are, for how you play, maybe not who you are, because they probably don't know who you are as a whole. So how do you kind of get through all of that hate and negative words?
Ako naman, umabot ako sa punto na pati mga kaibigan kong malalapit sa akin is nag-tridol. Like, they're one of haters of me. So, wala akong ginawa. At the end of the day, I only have myself. Hindi natin kailangan yung ibang tao para, alam mo yun, umangat ka or something. They're just parang support lang. Pero, kailangan mo ding ikaw sa sarili mo na kailangan mo umangat as you. And kailangan mo na magpakatatag na ikaw lang. And di ko naman in-expect talaga yun. Pero pagdating naman sa mga haters sa paglalaro, wala akong ginagawa. Lagi ko lang, nagbabasa ako, pero wala eh. Kasi, pinapakilala nila kung ano sila eh, pagdating sa ganyan. Alam mo yun? So, yung mga tao na yung magja-judge ako. Hindi ko na kailangan wala na akong kailangang ipakita sa kanila kasi ganun na ako eh. And, siguro, hindi pa sila satisfied. Siguro, ganun yung mga reaction nila. Kaya yun, pinapabayaan ko lang. And, ganun.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. Being sort of ignorant about it. This is like 2 bonus questions before my 2 finale questions. This is about like your most memorable games. Do you have that one most memorable game during those times when you play sa UAP?
Lahat ng season kasi cherish ko talaga yan. Sabi ko nga earlier na hindi ako, kung one of them sa paglalaro ko is missing, siguro di ako ganito ngayon. So lahat yon chine-cherish ko kasi nga I learned, ang dami kong nag-gain na experience, and ang dami nating na-inspire na tao. Kaya yun.
Okay. And let's say that you never got to touch that volleyball when you were younger. How do you think your life would be like ngayon, like right now? Do you think you like how do I say this? What career path do you think you'd be like staying at? If that makes sense.
Kung hindi volleyball?
Kung hindi volleyball, ano?
Okay. Hindi ko alam. Pero siguro na ipupursue ko siguro yung pagtuturo. Yan. Kasi, well, hate ko talaga yung sobrang maikli lang kasi yung pasensya ko. So, ayun. Kaya parang challenge ko rin yung sarili ko. Pero siguro, pinaka-close is coaching. Yeah.
Coaching and volleyball. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. And my last question for you, I end everyone I interview with this question. In the next 5 years, where does Sisi Rondina see herself?
5 years. Siguro naglalaro pa rin ako ng beach volleyball. And syempre, siguro nagpapa-inspire pa rin sa mga bata and nag-help pa rin na mas mag-grow pa si beach volleyball. And syempre, 5 years, ano na ba akong 31? Hindi ko masaya. Yan. Siguro. Yan.
Okay, that is all my questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so this is episode 5 where Miss Sisi Rondina spoke about her life, how she started playing volleyball, and she touched on points on how she was able to lift herself at times when it's difficult with the help of going back and thinking about her family and herself and knowing the fact that she doesn't need her friends who betrayed her, because all she needs at the end of the day is herself, because that's how much she loves and enjoys the sport volleyball. So thank you again for your time. And yes, that's all for the BEUDOU4U podcast. Thank you very much.